everyone, and welcome to my cruise channel. This week we're going to talk about my second cruise on Anthem of the Seas. Now, some of you may ask, why do you go on ships twice? Well, the reason is simple, and I'll tell you that in just a minute. But before I get into all that, I must ask, if you like this channel, if you find any of it helpful at all, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. Alright, so let's get started. Now, the reason that we go on ships multiple times is because sometimes there's just so much to do on the ship that there's no way that you can do everything in one trip. And sometimes the cruise lines plan it that way so that you'll book another trip. So in this review, we're gonna focus on the things that we didn't get to do from our first go around on Anthem of the Seas. Hey everyone, so right behind me is an insider Anthem of the Seas tip. Right behind me on the left, that is actually the bridge. You can see it from our cabin. We're on the highest passenger deck, so if you really want to see something really cool, this is a place to be. So here's Sophie adding her heartbeat to the ship. So this is the view from our cabin. We're actually going to sail right under that bridge. It's going to be really, really cool. I'll show you guys in just a moment. So here we are passing under the Verrazano Bridge. Now what's unique about this bridge is it's one of the longest bridges in the world. I believe it's the 18th longest to be exact, and it's the longest bridge in the Americas, even longer than the Golden Gate Bridge, so I'm told. It was the longest bridge in the world until it was surpassed in 1981, I believe, by the Humber Bridge, which is in the United Kingdom. So sit back, relax, and enjoy! So as they just mentioned, this is the bumper cars. These are located in the Seaplex, which is the Anthem of the Seas sports deck. Now, this is an absolutely free activity for all ages. There is, I believe, an age requirement for children to ride in the car, and I believe that there's a height and an age requirement for them to ride in their own cars. However, you can see that this still appeals to a wide variety of ages. Sophie and I had so much fun doing this. We did this, I think, 3 or 4 times, and she absolutely loved it. It was one of our favorite things to do. Now, if you want to do this activity, you'll have to get there probably I'd say about half an hour early. The lines do tend to get long, but they do tend to move quickly. So I would definitely plan on getting there before they open. And all the information with their hours and everything will be in your compass, so I would make sure to check that out. Hi everyone, we're here on the North Star. We're just getting ready to go up. I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. Bye! So here we are inside the North Star, which is a unique attraction only available on the Quantum class ships. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records, believe it or not, as the tallest observation deck on a cruise ship in the entire world. And it's absolutely free on port days, which has a unique benefit to it that doing it on sea days doesn't. Now, if you choose to do it on a sea day, they do charge you extra, and it does go out over the side of the ship. But the benefit of doing it in a port day like we did is you get to see the entire port and the ship in stunning 360-degree views. Now, a lot of people will ask how to book these events. These are actually available to book in your app, and if you choose to do it on a port day, those bookings are available only the day before you go. We chose to do it in Nassau, but it's also available in Port Canaveral and Perfect Day Coco Cay. And it is just absolutely breathtaking. It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, or in my case, twice in a lifetime. But it is still such a unique experience, and I highly recommend you do it. My family absolutely loved it. So here's another unique shot of the North Star completely up. This is in Port Canaveral, which we had a little bit of a later stay in, but it's completely lit up and it's absolutely stunning. The next one that you're going to see, which is right here, is on one of the seed days. This is actually going out over the ship. Now, this is a unique experience in its own right because it gives you sort of a panoramic view of the entire ship. So I've never done it, but I've heard it's actually quite different. So I would definitely check that out. So here's one of my favorite places to hang out on the ship. This is the 2-deck music hall. This is an absolutely fantastic venue. They have all kinds of trivia here. This is where you're going to have your cover bands and everything like that, your dance classes. It is so much fun and unique. I would definitely check this out. And now we have the Theater 270. What's unique about this theater is you see those windows behind the Anthem of the Seas sign? That is actually, they are windows, but they are also projection screens that are the tallest that you'll find at sea, and it's really, really cool. I would definitely check out a few movies here. Now, up next is, so here's Sophie trying her luck at the rock climbing wall. Now, I will say I did get to try this at home. I didn't get nearly as far as she does, so I'm super proud of her for that. She had been dying to do this experience for a couple cruises now, so I'm glad that she finally got the opportunity to try it. Now, they do have a few safety rules here. First of all, you have to be completely dry when you go on the rock climbing wall for obvious safety reasons. And you have to provide your own socks. They will provide shoes if you need to, but you have to bring your own socks. They also do not allow anything that's dangling, such as like necklaces or bracelets or something of that nature, just because it can get caught in the harness. So I would definitely keep that in mind if you decide to do this. This is an absolutely free experience and is open pretty much every day throughout the cruise. So I would definitely, if this is something that you want to do, I would definitely check it out. Now you'll see here on the right-hand side of the screen, there's a little white dot. That is actually the bell that you ring to signal that you've actually made it to the top. Now there's 2 of them, believe it or not. Sophie is on the lower course right now, so you can see she's almost there. But there's one at the very top for those of you who are more experienced rock climbers, that you can try to ring the bell and signal that you also made it to the top. So they have different courses for different levels. Sophie right now is on the beginner course and she has so much fun. So here we are, Perfect Day Coco Cay, and as you can see, we had some company. Our friends from Liberty of the Seas joined us that day. And a lot of people will ask if there's enough room for everybody with ships comparable to these 2 sizes. And I will say there was more than enough room for everybody on the island. Trust me on this one. So over here is Up, Up, and Away. This is their hot air balloon. It goes straight up in the air, and it gives you a bird's eye view of the entire island. Now, I personally have not been on this attraction, but I do know that it costs an extra fee. I'm not 100% sure what that fee is, but the next video is my favorite. It's the zip line. So here we go. So here's the zip line. This is my favorite attraction to do on the entire island. It does cost extra, but you get a bird's eye view of the entire island over 3 lines. Now this costs about $100, or if you choose to do a Black Friday sale, it typically costs about $60.
Oh my God, you guys, this is so cool.
So one of the things that we decided to do for the first time on this trip was go to SeaWorld, which was actually a unique experience, and I so wish we had more time there. Unfortunately, due to delays and everything, we didn't really get to spend a lot of time in the park, but it was so just amazing to see the animals. Up next, this is actually in their aquarium. This is one of the stingrays, and this appeals to a wide variety of ages as well. Sophie was so enamored with seeing all of the cool creatures in here. She absolutely loved it. So my favorite experience in SeaWorld was seeing the sea lion and otter show. They do have one for dolphins and one for orcas, but we weren't able to do that due to time constraints. But it was so much fun seeing how much the trainers and the animals both enjoyed being part of the show. And if I were you, I would definitely make sure that I try to see that. It was so much fun. So while we didn't get to see the dolphin show, we did get to see this adorable mother and baby dolphin in the dolphin nursery, and it was so sweet to see them together and see them interact with the visitors. Sophie and I absolutely loved it and would definitely recommend that no matter what. So here's the adults only section for Royal Caribbean. This is the solarium. This is the adults only section. However, they do allow children and families to eat together in the solarium during breakfast. Sophie and I absolutely loved the swing here. She had so much fun on it, and this was one of the things that she had been dying to do, so I'm glad that she got to do it. So this is the Anthem of the Seas theater, taken directly from the stage. You can get a panoramic view of the entire venue. So this is Gigi. Gigi is the Anthem of the Seas mascot, and she's located right outside the Seaplex. And rumor has it she might allow you to pose for a picture with her, so you might want to get up there if you're looking for a fantastic photo opportunity. Next up is the Royal Theatre. This is where you're going to find We Will Rock You and all the signature shows, and it's a really, really nice experience. So next up is the dining room. We chose to eat mainly in the main dining room, and this was my one caveat with our cruise. They recently changed to what's called a streamlined menu. And what that means is, for those of you that are seasoned cruisers such as us, in past years, they had pretty much 3 standby choices in addition to probably about 2 or 3 specialty items on the menus for the entrees. They decided to get rid of a lot of that in favor of offering more options. Normally, I respect that, and I actually encourage it. However, the options that they had for us to choose from, my family didn't really care for, so that kind of limited us to what we could have in the main dining room. However, because of that decision, I got the opportunity to try a dish that I had never tried before, and I have been dying to try it. I got to try the Caribbean chicken, which is basically jerk chicken, and I absolutely loved it. So, this was our family on formal night, and a lot of people will ask if they still do formal nights. This is more or less of an option now. However, because we don't get the opportunity to dress up anymore, we tend to still take part in the formal nights. So if you want to find out more information about Anthem of the Seas, please check out our review, which is linked in the description below. And if you find this video helpful, if you find any of our videos helpful, if you like this video in any way, or if you find any of our content helpful at all, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. And we'll see you soon. Bye!